So we just had a Legacy Open just a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't been playing too much Legacy basically all year before that, but decided to bust out Infect again for the tournament, which I hadn't played since 2016, actually. And honestly, Infect felt a lot better than I thought it was. Like, I thought it was going to be really bad in the format because it's just really hard to beat, like, the Grixis decks and, like, the Delver decks and stuff.
And yet you decided to play it anyway.
Yeah. Well, all right, so before, like, the Delver decks were always just such a big problem for me. And, and you know, like, Infect lost to Taxium Probe. The Delver decks lost Deathrite Shaman. And Deathrite Shaman in particular was just a card that was really hard for Infect to beat.
Oh, of course.
Because like the strength of Infect is having Noble Hierarch where you actually get to get up on mana on the other decks. And whenever they had Deathrite Shaman, they just also had a mana creature. And they had a 1/2 that just kind of blocked the 1/1s, like Glistener Elf and stuff. And so the fact that you couldn't get ahead on mana and Grixis could like play their more expensive spells like Kolaghan's Command and Jace and stuff earlier, it was just really hard to win those matchups because they were just filled with removal.
Yeah, any Noble Hierarch deck that doesn't want to play Deathrite Shaman and also wants to play Daze is going to be worse off against Deathrite Shaman.
Right. And but so now, like, I actually kind of felt that like the Grixis decks were a little more clunky, and I didn't struggle with them nearly as much as I thought I was going to. Even though their whole deck is just like removal, you know, like their whole deck, like Baleful Strix is a problem, Liliana the Last Hope's a problem, you know, they just have counter magic and removal. And I ended up going 1-1 against it in the tournament against Grixis, but it didn't feel like, I won 4 of the 5 games, it just didn't feel like it was as bad as I really thought it was going to be.
You couldn't have went 1-1 and won 4 of the 5 games.
Or 3 of the 4, sorry, 3 of the 4.
Okay.
3 of the 4, sorry.
That's still...
Yeah, that still doesn't work.
3 of the 5?
If you lost a match, they won 2 games, Todd.
Right, so the 3 of the 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
3 of the 5. That works.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go.
So I said, I was close there with the 4 of the 5, sorry.
You were close both times.
But besides that, so that's like the really tough matchup for Infect. But there are, right now in the metagame, there's just tons and tons of Swords to Plowshare decks. You got the right deck?
No, I do. It's just I didn't know what this card was. It's a crazy new Tide Spot Tyrant.
Oh, okay.
That is...
Okay, yeah.
Battle Bond special.
I will
There
say,
you go.
I will say one of my biggest complaints about Magic lately, and is that for the last couple of years, they really do. They're starting to make creatures that don't have flying look like they have flying sometimes, and vice versa. This Tide Spot Tyrant looks like it's a ground creature.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the water,
Yeah,
right? That's a flying creature?
It's a flying creature. Yeah,
It's just chilling on the water.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. All right, so anyway, there's lots of Swords of Plowshare decks in the format, mostly like maybe because of Death Shadow, but they're just, you know, they're pretty strong, and all of those matchups for Infect are incredibly good. Like, that's just what I wanted to play every single round, you know,
Yeah,
whether it's
Infect
Miracles, Death and Taxes, any of those.
Infect was always favored against Miracles, and if at the cost of Jataxian Probe, they lose Sensei's Divining Top, that is a trade you're willing to make.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to how good Infect actually is, but I will say that it is the kind of deck that always impresses me. It's always better than I think it's going to be. But we'll see what it's like against a degenerate combo deck.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this deck. I just wanted to play it. Also, this last Tuesday, I played all of these like in the hand decks, and I wanted to, you know, interact with you more. I felt like I had to hide information and I had to think way harder. So I wanted, you know, Tron as Acid Trophy, but I wanted a theme of just putting things on the table and attacking with them this week.
Brad is tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not tired. I need to get better at, you know, not just being so quiet.
Yeah, no,
while
I understand.
live.
Yeah, because I was watching you and Todd play, but like, yeah, because you're both playing like blue decks where you have to like hold stuff up, and so
And
there's
hide
just like a lot of
information.
quiet during. Yeah, it was just real
Yeah.
quiet during the stream. So
It
yeah, that
was
makes
worth
sense.
it. Game 1, he played so well. If you haven't seen the video, I mean, you could watch the whole thing. Obviously, I'd like that, but do yourself a favor and watch Todd navigate around a counterbalance in Game 1 of Legacy. It was really impressive. It was really well played.
Yeah, it really was. So, all right, so we're gonna have Infect against Reanimator. This one may be a little quicker than Miracles against
We'll
Grixis.
see. We'll see.
So high rolling to see who goes
8.
first. 8 to
Oh,
7.
I won.
All right, you got there.
All right, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a shuffle,
Okay.
and we can get to battling. This is Oli Rade's list, and I asked him for a cyborg guide. So
Nice.
yeah,
Doing your homework.
I did.
So am I supposed to
Who
mulligan
did you
based
ask
on
for a
knowing your
cyborg guide,
hand?
Todd?
I did not ask anybody for a cyborg guide.
Oof, already behind.
Yeah.
All right, well, I am going to keep this hand.
So my hand's really close. Like if this is on the play, I think we could definitely keep this. Man, it's really close. Uh, hmm. We're looking at like potentially a turn 3 kill, but we don't really have any interaction to go with the turn 3 kill. Like if we do that, if we play our creature and a creature into like trying to do our pump spells, we're not going to have any mana for any kind of interaction.
Pick your poison, Todd.
Yeah, I don't think I can keep it.
Yeah, I like that mulligan. I think I'd keep that on the play.
Yeah, that's
do
a
you know
really
the
close
matchup
hand.
though.
So
Sure.
yeah,
You're,
like
you're
even
playing Rakdos Reanimator, Brad.
right, but
we're
you,
just supposed to know
The lists
mulligans?
have been up.
yeah,
All right.
Everybody knows.
yeah.
I've liked not making my first decision based on the matchup. I feel like that's the way that like you. So there's multiple ways of testing, and some people disagree. Some people actually really like just go hard, like play as hard as you can. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, but even like that other one on the draw, I think that's a mulligan. Like it was a one lander kind of thing.
The
Let's
hand
see.
looks worse.
This hand looks worse. Actually, I like this hand more.
I can see why you
It's a
two
keep.
don't team together.
Yeah,
at
this
these
is
team
this is
tournaments.
this is definitely a keep over 5, and that's gonna be a bottom.
All right. Well, let's start off with Badlands.
I'm just going to start
I'm gonna play
backseat
Faithless
driving Todd
Looting.
here.
1,
Bottom that card. Play the
2.
spell.
and we're going to discard
Counter
two,
that. Counter that.
What are you doing?
two
Counter that.
gigantic creatures and pass the turn.
Those are two gigantic
Two
creatures.
gigantic creatures.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
play
how
this. Go
gigantic
ahead.
Action
So
Rider is.
go.
Oh, no,
Yep.
it's an 8/8, isn't it?
I don't even have to shock to play that. It just comes into play untapped.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
All right, so
Everyone knows that the best people play Shocklands and Legacy now.
I am going to play another Faithless Looting.
Yep, that's good.
All right, get this cord out of the way. Draw 2 more cards,
Mm.
So many cards.
and
You get to filter through a cord also.
we'll get rid of Entomb and Gristlebrand.
Ugh.
And I'm going to play Lotus Petal and pass. I was looking for another land.
Brainstorm.
Yep.
Maybe locking myself here, but I'm just using my mana. Ooh, wow, those are a bunch of very bad cards. Like really could not be any worse.
Well, you get to draw one of them again.
Yep.
I would have at least
Did
put
it get
the
any
good
better?
cards on top. Because if you put the good cards on top, at least you draw a good card.
Yeah, then you
Once,
feel better.
then
Like,
put
man,
a
look at this
bad
draw
card
step.
Twice. Yeah.
What are you doing over there, Todd? I don't like that play at all.
You don't like this play at all?
Keep playing. I'm just going to berate Todd.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, this was an option if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But, oh well. Yeah, Dark Ritual's good.
All right, I am going to.
It's true. Dark Ritual's a good card.
That is a good card.
One
I'm
of my
going
faves.
to animate dead Gristlebrand.
Do you have any mana floating there, Brad?
Wait, it's a game over? No, let me do it.
Okay.
All right, I have 1 mana floating. Pay 7. 6, 7. Reveal Chancellor. Wait, no, that
doesn't
I
work.
can't do that.
That is
I'll play
not how that
another
works.
ritual.
Okay.
Is that good?
No, countering that one.
You're countering this one?
Yep.
Okay. So I have 0
He
floating.
did have a Spell Pierce, so let's imagine Todd Spell Pierce, the ritual that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so I could have spell pierced the first ritual, but I
Alright.
just don't think I'm really gonna.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, ritual just basically counters my spell pierce by itself.
You also know
Yeah.
that, like, your top card is still a brick.
Yeah,
The
my
only
yeah my
time-
top card is a brick.
Yeah, the only time piercing that ritual makes sense is if you think it's going to buy you another turn to potentially draw another counter spell that could then counter something relevant,
Yeah,
or if you were
right.
going to kill him on the next turn, which you weren't. But yeah, 3 Inkmoth Nexus was not.
Yeah,
really
like
gonna
my
do it.
brainstorm is a bunch more Inkmoth
Oh,
Nexuses.
yeah, that's
and-
bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to
That was
take
a quick game.
Yeah, that was a quick game. We'll take a 3-minute break and get to sideboarding.
Okay, so we're here for sideboarding, and hopefully our deck looks a little bit better this next game. We'll
Yeah.
see. So I have 3 obvious cards that we're bringing in here with Bajuka Bog as our only graveyard hate card whatsoever in our entire 75. So I'm not really that well designed to fight a graveyard strategy. I only have 1 Bajuka Bog, but I do have an extra crop rotation to go with my 1 crop rotation in the main. So
Where
we
are all
can
your
put
surgicals,
it
Todd?
in instant speed. Crocus can also help us out with any legendary creatures, but not all of Brad's creatures are legendaries. If we have like a Chancellor of the Annex, for
And-
example, on the battlefield, this Crocus may not do enough. But
And if you heard that laugh real quick, Todd Anderson did stop by to hang out
What's
in the room.
up?
How's it going, Todd? So Todd will be helping out with Ross,
Oh,
or
yeah.
just trolling everyone. I'm hoping that's
I was just sitting home talking in Twitch chat, and I felt like, I could just come up here and hang out.
yeah.
I
Yep.
felt like it'd be pretty fun.
So then we got some more counter magic. Finds the Vast Wood's going to be our worst pump spell because we just don't really need to save our creatures too much in this matchup. And we don't need a ton of threats. We just kind of want our one threat that we put all our pump spells on. So I'm trimming a threat with and trimming a Wasteland, and Sylvan Library is too
Yeah, I mean,
slow.
one of the things is if you cannot let me resolve something quickly, you have to go to a more combo. You don't need as many threats, right?
Right.
Your deck is, let's just say it's threats, things you put on your threats, and ways to interact with me. You want to trim on the two that don't interact with me if I'm faster than you.
Right.
Well, also
and
you
that's
just
exactly
have you have like a large amount of threats because a lot of control decks play a bunch of removal spells, but
Mhm.
Right.
Black Red Reanimator doesn't really play removal spells. So
No, what are you talking
Enigma
about?
Nexus is the slowest.
Elish here would disagree with you.
Elish Norn?
Yeah, Elish Norn.
I would call that a lock piece.
Yeah.
I would
Alright.
call
I call that rude.
Yeah.
So from my side, we're going to be taking out Cabal Therapy for Thoughtseize as Therapy is, I don't know why it's over Thoughtseize in the main deck, maybe because,
Maybe you just always name Force, or I don't know.
yeah, I'm guessing you just always name Force, and you have Unmask, but this is an upgrade that Olerati told me to do, taking out an Exhume and some Chancellors to bring in ways to interact with Caracas in Pithy Needle archetype, and then a way to interact with your creatures with Elish Norn. Oh, that is a much bigger enchantment green creature than your Courser of Krufix, sir.
Boring.
Boring. This is like one of the least boring Magic cards you could put in a deck on this series. It is a giant beat stick that has hexproof.
He's also a pig.
Yeah.
He's a
It's a
boar.
boar, yeah.
Boring. Like I
Big,
said.
big.
Oh,
Like I said.
I didn't even get the joke.
All right, Ross. Let's get some questions in here while they're shuffling in.
Well, we've got a suggestion for us to play bonus 2 at a giant.
Okay.
Not sure how that would
Ooh.
work.
I mean, it would take probably an hour to get the decks together.
Yeah. No,
Well, we could just play-
we'll just pick up the decks and
Oh, yeah, we'll do
Yeah, like
one.
a legacy
Dude,
and a
I
standard
get
deck.
Shotgun Surgical Extraction deck versus the Reanimator.
Green
I'll
white, green white tokens and green black, Selesnya tokens and Golgari mid range against Reanimator and
Tron.
Tron. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like this would be.
No, I want the Infect against the Tron deck. I didn't like the mid-range deck against the Tron deck. Give me Infect instead. That sounds much better.
Stefek says, "Worth it. We'll wait." Team Todd versus Team Not Todd. No.
Ooh, I like Team Todd. Go Team Todd.
I dislike Team Todd.
Mm.
Hey, screw you, buddy.
Hey,
All right, so I'm going to keep my hand, even though I don't have a threat or pump spells or anything.
I'm going
But I have
to
a lot of
mull-
interaction.
Todd, I mulligan this one, right? You played this deck. Seems
See your
pretty bad.
hand. Yeah, Gristlebrand and Reanimate spell, Unmask. You're on the draw.
Yeah.
I think I might just go draw discard.
Oh.
I do that a lot.
Okay, I'll keep then.
Like, you don't have the mana thing, but if you just draw the mana thing, you have to go, like, Unmask mana thing, Reanimate, and that seems nuts.
Go ahead. So I would want to just keep these up turn 1, which is why I'm not casting
All right,
my big spell.
I am going to go to discard.
Hell yeah. Dude, I use the draw step as a discard outlet so much when
That
I
was
play
good.
these decks.
I think they should just get rid of discard. That is just a
Maximum hand
clean-
size, yeah.
I also think cleanup is just like a weird.
Eh.
It's so weird.
It's part of the game. Mana Burn was part of the game too, though, and that's gone.
yeah, it was
Yep.
also terrible.
All right, I'm going
Uday08
to
says
play
Brad and Ross on the
this,
same 2 at a
this,
giant team would either be very
this,
bad or
this.
very hilarious. It could be both. It might be bad for me because Brad might murder me.
Also, the thing about this Rakdos Reanimator deck is that you have so many Reanimate spells that it's actually fine if, like, the 1st couple get countered. The thing that you don't want is for your thing to put a creature into the graveyard to get countered.
Yeah.
So, like, using
Like-
the draw step is great.
Do you only have Faithless Looting and
Entomb?
Entomb? Yeah.
Yes.
I guess you can thought
That's
seize
just the
yourself.
first card.
Yeah, but those
Yeah.
always you always
I
want to use
could
those. on
pay,
your
but I would
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
tap me out.
That is not ideal.
Yeah, never mind. I'm going to force. Pitch
Okay.
the,
You unmask yourself, or is that a
Spell pierce.
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely didn't need shuffle before, but oh well.
All right.
Already did.
Check this. Any stifle?
Nope.
All right. Go get a Badlands. I'm gonna crack the pedal, tap the Badlands, and animate dead my Gristlebrand. And hopefully your Flusterstorm can't counter it.
Yeah, I have a Flusterstorm now. So yeah, that's good. Yep.
All right. I would like to pay 7 lives.
Yep, good.
Here we go.
7.
You can see, I've not played against this matchup basically ever, as you can tell by this.
I believe Todd, get over here.
Okay.
You're
hold
untethered. Just get over here.
on. Fine.
All right.
Why do you need help here? How can you possibly lose?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm at 12, right?
Yeah, where's your
I
enemy
should
dead?
go again,
Where's
right?
this thing? Get
I
this
mean,
over here.
he does. Okay.
There's
so-
definitely a flusterstorm because there's no way that would have got pitched for that. Like I bet, you know, I feel like he's got a flusterstorm.
Okay. Here's a question that I want to ask. What are you digging for? Are you trying to put another creature into play, or are you trying to disrupt him more? Because like if you want to hit more unmask and stuff, keep going. You know, just
I
go
can
to
go to 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, your
He
life
has to
total
have a
doesn't
way to
matter.
get your Gristmind off the table, and also,
Should I go to -2?
Do it.
honestly, thinking about
Not
it,
even allowed.
probably not. You don't need my what? Just draw 7
If
cards.
you get another GRV, Brad, you're gonna get DQ'd.
All right. Can I clean up?
Yeah.
We've got a replacement for you right here now.
1
The
second. I'm
DQs
not
are
done.
serious.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, there's so many cards I have to discard. All right, I'm going to discard an Archetype, a Tide Sprout, an Ashen Rider, a Gristlebrand, a Chancellor, and 4 fetch lands.
You should probably keep like one of those creatures in your hand in case he Bajuka bogs you in the next turn,
Okay, I'll do that.
because you do have the Faithless Looting.
I'll get rid of a land. I don't need all these lands. I should probably just keep another Gristlebrand.
Yeah.
Maybe Ashen Rider or something. Just or you had Elishnorn in the graveyard?
No,
Okay, I don't know.
keep a Gristlebrand.
Sure.
I'm gonna ponder.
Strong.
What's your life total, Brad?
He's a
5.
5. So definitely
Sorry
looking
about that,
for
I'm 5.
Caracas, Bajuka Bog, crop rotation, all that kind of stuff.
All right, let's get that lucky cut. What card do we want to give him this time?
Not correct.
We can definitely kill him if we find Caracas and he's at 5, like just
Maybe
a
I
pump
shouldn't have
spell.
went to 5.
So
Don't
if
be
we
a
find
coward.
Caracas, we can still win. I'm not yet though. Brainstorm.
Yeah.
One at a time. One at a time, Todd.
Huh. 2, 3.
I saw utility land on the first one, and I got a little excited. Then I saw it was Pendlehaven.
Yeah, Pendlehaven was close to the Caracas, but not quite. So I guess if I just ditch the Flusterstorm instead of the Spell Pierce,
Or just let the Unmask
fine.
resolve.
Yeah.
you think I
Yeah.
just let Unmask resolve?
So from playing blue decks against the Reanimator decks, if you have like multiple 1-mana interactions and a Force of Will, they're usually just gonna take the Force of Will and try to play around the cheap interaction. So I think like you lost the Spell Pierce there, and it just kind of cascaded. Like you have to always think like worst case scenario, I think, and just letting him take Force of Will, I think, is better than pitching the Force of Will and the Spell Pierce. If that makes sense.
It's not really a cascade. It was more of a lose the game on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he had drawn well off that Brainstorm or Ponder, he could have still won this game, which is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was my fault, though.
Oh, you just drew crap. I mean, if you had drawn an Unmask or whatever, like you would have been
Sure.
in great shape.
Or a Ritual.
Yeah.
Unmasked
I don't know.
Ritual.
14 cards, bricked on all of them.
I mean, that's kind of what the Black Red Reanimator
Good.
does, right?
I didn't need to keep that Gristlebrand.
You just drew another one.
Mm.
So I think you attack first.
Yeah.
Just to
Attack.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll take 6, go down to 6, 7, go down to 13.
13.
Or no, 12 because of Force. So I'm at 12. And you're up to 11.
So I.
It is only 6 damage. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, with the Animate Dead.
Can't be getting any more GRVs here. They're already on thin
Animate
ice.
Dead, target. Tide Sprout? Or Archetype?
Probably Tide Spout.
Tide Spout.
That's about Animate Dead is a nice combo.
With a Daze.
Yep, down to 11.
Alright, and I just pass, right? Or I can do this. With
Draw
one
7
card
more
in
cards. Do
Alright.
it.
Hmm.
Do it.
I can do
it.
this.
Drawing
and-
7 is super
Do
dangerous.
You won't do it.
So you can't actually cast anything.
I can
If
cast-
you, I mean, if you
No,
cast
I can't
Reanimate.
cast anything after doing this, but I think that's fine, right?
Mm.
Well, I'm going to fetch while you're thinking.
Why not just put this into play?
I mean, I don't know. Sure.
Okay.
Draw 7 cards and then reanimate it.
Reanimate Ashen Rider.
So you'd lose 8 life.
I go to 3.
In this
You should
scenario, you would lose to crop rotation plus a pump spell though. So that's one reason
Well,
not to do it.
No,
he
because I can
brainstorms.
kill that.
No, if he crop rotation Bajuka bogs you, and then he just has a pump spell.
Oh, He would have to top deck it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, that was nice.
That's pretty good.
10.
Boing.
Oh, I don't even believe this.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
Oh no! Wait, don't you draw
This goes to
7
your
cards
hand.
here? Do you need to draw 7 cards?
I'm at 10. Do I need to?
I mean, do you not need to? I don't know. That's the question. If
Should
your
I?
hand's great,
Yeah.
he already attacked you.
I have 2 animate deads and tide spout and stuff.
That's fine. He already attacked you. I'm just saying you can. You don't
Oh
have
yeah,
to.
you play. Yeah, sure. I'll go to 3.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Every time you get to draw 7 cards, you should. You know, just for the funsies.
6, 7. Okay. All right. Draw. This is gonna be fun.
4 on masks.
This is gonna be fun. All right. I'm going to animate dead my tide spout.
Okay. Are you about to bounce all of Todd's permanents?
We're going to cast Dark Ritual, trigger, bounce Noble. 3 mana, 4 mana, bounce that. I have 4 mana now. I am going to use my 4 mana to play Unmask, exiling
How
this.
did you go from 3 to 4 mana?
No, you still have 4 minutes. He double dark ritual, right?
That
Oh,
gets
I
you
have
5.
mana. I have
Yeah.
5 mana. 5
Come on.
mana. Bounce another land. Did you bounce it?
Yep.
You already bounced
Gotta get
it?
up pretty
He
early.
already
to-
bounced it, and he discarded his noble hierarchy.
Oh yeah, I did this out of order. Whatever. All right, 3. You can get your creature back, and I'm going to bounce a land, and I'm going to get
Ashen Rider.
Ashen Rider, kill the noble this time,
Well,
And
well
then-
played.
and then
True master.
And then I'm going to play an animate dead, bounce your last land, and I'm going to get an
Archetype. Yes.
And
Biggie.
And that's it. Your turn.
Good.
Got him.
Another one? No, oh, you have another one?
Yes, he drew another one.
All right, I'm going to bounce it again.
Okay. All right.
And then you have no creatures in your graveyard, right?
Correct.
I'll exhume. Ooh, I can Gershel Brown this time because I have Archetype now.
Didn't you miss Brad, Todd Stevens? Didn't you just miss playing
Attack you.
versus live against Brad? It's
Attack
so much
you.
fun.
It's
Who
your
are
turn.
you attacking? There's nobody over here.
The enemy is gone.
This entire show has just been Brad playing alone at a table. It's
felt
like
like
Garfield without Garfield.
Yeah.
It's Garfield minus Garfield.
Yeah.
All right.